It is said that salt is not only for taste, but for awareness. And in old village traditions, some people place a small pinch of salt in the corner of their homes, not as magic, not as superstition, but as a reminder that even in stillness, life must not become stagnant. One day, a young man asked an old monk, "Why do some people place salt in the corner of their house, while others, especially the poor, do not?" The monk smiled, as if the question itself had already begun to dissolve. He replied, "Those who struggle only with the outside world often forget the corners within." The young man did not understand. So the monk continued, "Salt represents clarity. It preserves what is pure and prevents decay. But the corner of a house is also the corner of the mind. If a person is always running after survival, there is no time to place awareness in those hidden corners." The wind passed through the wooden hall. Silence grew deeper. The monk said, "The poor are not without salt, but their attention is scattered like grains in a storm. They focus on filling the pot, not on keeping the space clean where the pot rests." Then he looked gently at the young man, "And those who are truly wealthy in awareness, even if they own nothing, still place salt in every corner of their life, not with their hands, but with their mindfulness." The young man asked, "Then is it about money?" The monk shook his head. "No, poverty of awareness is heavier than poverty of coin, and richness of awareness needs no wealth at all." He paused, then added, "When a person forgets to care for the unseen corners of their life, thoughts, habits, silence, intention, then even abundance becomes decay. But when awareness enters even the smallest corner, even emptiness becomes sacred." The teaching ended there. No conclusion was given. None was needed. Because in Zen understanding, the question itself becomes the answer when the mind stops chasing it. And the salt was never just salt. Salt symbolizes awareness and clarity. Salt is presented as a symbol of mindfulness, purity, and conscious living, rather than a magical object for attracting wealth or luck. Many people look at salt and see only a common substance used in daily meals. Yet, in many wisdom traditions, ordinary objects often carry deeper meanings. Salt can be seen as a symbol of awareness, clarity, and presence, just as a small amount of salt can change the flavor of an entire meal. A small amount of awareness can transform the direction of a person's life. Most suffering does not arise because life is difficult, but because the mind moves through life unconsciously. People repeat the same habits, react with the same emotions, and make the same mistakes without ever observing what is happening within them. Awareness brings light to these hidden patterns. Salt also has the quality of preservation. For centuries, it has been used to keep food from spoiling. In the same way, awareness preserves what is valuable in human life. It protects kindness from being replaced by anger, gratitude from being replaced by complaint, and wisdom from being buried beneath distraction. When a person develops clear awareness, they begin to notice their thoughts, before they become actions, and their actions before they become habits. This creates space for wiser choices. The symbol of salt reminds us that clarity does not need to be large or dramatic. Even a small amount of mindful attention, practiced consistently, can bring balance, peace, and understanding into everyday life. The corners represent hidden areas of life. The corners of a house symbolize the neglected corners of the mind, including thoughts, habits, emotions, and intentions that often go unnoticed. A house may appear clean and beautiful from the outside, yet dust often gathers in the corners where few people look. The same thing happens within the human mind. Most people pay attention to what is visible: their work, possessions, reputation, and daily responsibilities, but rarely examine the hidden corners of their inner world. These unseen corners contain old fears, unexamined beliefs, unresolved emotions, and habits that quietly influence every decision. The image of placing salt in the corner symbolizes bringing awareness to these neglected areas of life. When people ignore the hidden corners of the mind, confusion gradually accumulates. A small resentment can grow into bitterness. A minor worry can become constant anxiety. A harmful habit can strengthen over time until it feels impossible to change. Because these things develop slowly, they often go unnoticed, yet they shape the quality of a person's life more than many external circumstances. The practice of self-observation helps illuminate these forgotten spaces. By spending time in silence, reflection, and mindful attention, a person begins to discover what has been hiding beneath the surface. They learn to recognize their patterns without judgment and understand the causes of their suffering. This awareness creates the possibility of change, just as cleaning the corners of a home brings freshness to the entire space. Bringing awareness to the hidden corners of the mind creates greater peace, clarity, and inner balance throughout life. True poverty is lack of awareness. The speech teaches that poverty is not only about lacking money. A greater poverty is living without self-awareness, reflection, and inner clarity. Many people believe that poverty is measured only by the amount of money a person possesses. They assume that those with fewer possessions are poor, while those with great wealth are rich. Yet wisdom teaches a different perspective. A person may have a large house, abundant resources, and every comfort imaginable, yet still live in a state of inner poverty. This poverty appears when awareness is absent, when life is lived without reflection, and when the mind remains trapped in endless desires and dissatisfaction. A lack of awareness causes people to move through life on automatic habits. They chase one goal after another, believing that happiness lies just beyond the next achievement. When one desire is fulfilled, another quickly takes its place. The mind becomes restless, always searching and rarely appreciating what is already present. This constant hunger creates a feeling of emptiness that no amount of wealth can fill. In contrast, a person with little material wealth may possess great richness within through mindfulness and understanding. They learn to value simple moments, appreciate what they have, and find contentment in the present. Their peace does not depend on external conditions. They understand their thoughts, observe their emotions, and act with wisdom rather than impulse. Such awareness brings a deep sense of freedom. In this way, true wealth is not measured by possessions, but by the clarity, contentment, and understanding that live within the heart and mind. Mindfulness prevents inner decay. Just as salt preserves and protects, awareness helps prevent negative habits, confusion, and mental stagnation from taking root in life. Just as salt has long been used to preserve food and protect it from decay, awareness serves a similar purpose within the human mind. Without awareness, negative habits can slowly take root and grow unnoticed. Anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, and fear rarely appear all at once. They often begin as small thoughts or reactions that seem insignificant in the moment. When left unexamined, these patterns gradually become stronger, influencing behavior and shaping one's entire outlook on life. Awareness acts like a guardian, helping a person recognize these tendencies before they become deeply established. Many people focus on changing their circumstances while ignoring the condition of their minds. They believe that a new opportunity, more money, or different surroundings will solve their problems. Yet if harmful mental habits remain unchanged, the same difficulties often reappear in new forms. Awareness allows a person to see clearly what is happening within. It creates a space between an impulse and an action, making it possible to respond wisely instead of reacting automatically. This mindful attention also nourishes positive qualities. Compassion grows when it is noticed. Gratitude becomes stronger when it is consciously appreciated. Patience develops when a person remains present during challenges instead of becoming overwhelmed by them. In this way, awareness not only prevents inner decay, but also encourages growth. Over time, a mindful life becomes more balanced, peaceful, and resilient, creating a foundation for lasting well-being and wisdom. Real wealth comes from inner attention. A person can possess little material wealth, yet be rich in wisdom and peace by bringing awareness, care, and presence to every aspect of life. Many people spend their lives pursuing material wealth, believing that more possessions will automatically bring greater happiness and security. While money can provide comfort and meet important needs, wisdom teaches that true wealth comes from something deeper. Real wealth is found in the quality of one's attention, the clarity of one's mind, and the ability to remain present in each moment. A person who develops these qualities carries a treasure that cannot be lost through changing circumstances. Inner attention transforms ordinary experiences into opportunities for understanding. When people move through life carelessly, they often miss the lessons hidden within everyday events. They become distracted by worries about the future or regrets about the past. As a result, they overlook the richness that already exists around them. By cultivating awareness, a person learns to fully experience each moment, finding meaning in simple actions and appreciating what they already possess. This kind of wealth does not depend on social status, possessions, or external success. It is available to anyone willing to observe their thoughts, reflect on their actions, and approach life with mindfulness. Such attention brings greater patience, gratitude, and wisdom. It allows a person to make choices that align with their deepest values, rather than being driven by impulse or fear. Over time, this inner richness creates a sense of peace and fulfillment that no amount of material wealth can guarantee, making it one of the most valuable treasures a person can possess.